This year's haunted house was on another level. We upgraded our designs, came up with more creative scare effects and even had a control room for live soundscapes. And the best part, all the materials we used fit within a low budget. In this video, I'll guide you through the entire process from planning and building each section to designing and installing every effect. And finally, a complete walkthrough of the finished attraction. During the planning phase, we made a blueprint for both of our basement rooms. We then added walls and doors to divide the main room into sections and mapped out a path for the guests to follow. Once the layout was set, we started bringing it to life. In the first section, the guest is greeted by an introduction video that is displayed on a monitor. The video was created using stock footage and explains important rules for the walkthrough. Next, we moved the big design elements and effects into the main room and divided it into the planned sections. As section separators, we used black painter's canvas that we attached to the ceiling with double-sided duct tape. We designed the second section in a hospital theme, featuring a bed, flickering light bulbs and a jump scare. When the guest enters the section, a falling door closes behind them. To create this effect, we used a rolled up painter's canvas and reused the same Lego Technic construction from last year. For the jump scare, we attached an inflatable dummy to a seesaw mechanism. The seesaw was placed on 4 chairs, which we covered with bed sheets to blend into the scene. To keep the dummy lying flat, we held the counterweight in place with a stick. When the stick is pulled away, the rock drops and the dummy springs upright. Finally, we installed magnetic video lights with a faulty bulb effect. For the third section, we hung up a bunch of cobwebs to create the atmosphere of a spider cave. At the center of the room, we set up a table with a billowing tablecloth. On the table, we placed a skull that continuously opens and closes its jaw. The tablecloth is made to bilbow using a fan placed beneath it. Through a fishing wire, the fan also controls the movement of the skull's jaw. If you'd like to recreate this effect, you can find a link to an excellent tutorial in our video description. Additionally, we hid a large spider among the cobwebs, ready to drop right to the guest's eye level. To trigger this effect, we attached the spider to a fishing wire that was routed along the ceiling into a hidden shelter. From there, the wire could be released, causing the spider to fall to a predetermined height. In the fourth section, a white mask suddenly appears from the darkness. To make the mask fall towards the guest, we attached it to a snow shovel positioned on a chair. From this setup, the shovel could be pushed, causing the mask to fall forward and ring a set of bells for added effect. In the fifth section, a ghost launches from a small stool above the guest's head in less than a second. The ghost was made from a mask attached to a cross brace and draped with dark cloth. To create the flying effect, we connected fishing wire to the mask and both ends of the brace. These 3 wires were routed through hooks on the ceiling and joined at a central hook, beneath which a metal weight applied constant downward tension. This weight was held in place by another wire that ran into our secret shelter. When the wire is released, the weight drops to the ground, causing the ghost to fly upwards. The next scare effect is also inspired by the Halloween DIY and how-to channel. For this setup, we placed the Roomba on a shelf and let it dry freely. Attached to the Roomba was a styrofoam head wearing a Michael Myers mask, creating an eerie movement across the guest's line of sight. We decorated section 7 to resemble a radioactive storage room and equipped it with a zombie confinement box. The box was built from chipboard and enhanced with a door banner and warning tape to sell the theme. Inside the box, we installed a mousetrap and attached a styrofoam head wearing a zombie mask to the moving part. To make the head pop up, we tied a fishing wire to the mousetrap trigger. This wire was connected to a 5-meter long metal chain, which had another wire running to an RC car. When the car is activated, the metal chain begins to rustle down. Simultaneously, the chain pulls the fishing wire, triggering the mousetrap and causing the zombie head to pop up. Behind the dividing wall in this section, we set up our sound control room. For each section we selected matching ambient sounds and chained them together using the cue-based sound playback software Multiplay. The software enabled us to smoothly fade from one ambient track to the next with a single key press. This way we could tailor the soundscape to match each guest's walking speed. To always know where the guest was and trigger the next cue at the right time, we monitored the guest's progress using a live feed from 3 hidden cameras. We transformed the 8th section into a rainforest, filling it with artificial plants, a small fountain and hanging cords to create an immersive jungle environment. For the perfect atmosphere, we hid a remote-controlled fog machine among the plants. At the end of the section, we installed the mousetrap catapult from our previous haunted house. When the guest touches the fishing wire, the trap is triggered, causing the catapult to make a loud noise by slamming airsoft BBs against the metal pot. In the 9th section, the guest passes the slightly transparent door that had fallen behind them earlier in the 2nd section. While the guest was making their way through the haunted house, we had hung a skeleton behind this door and backlit it with a strobe light. From the opposite side, the guest now sees eerie flickering shadows. Since our haunted house was designed as a round trip, we were able to transform the first room into the final scare. While the guest was exploring another section, we removed a wall to reveal the last section of the walkthrough. To create the levitation effect, we hid an inflatable dummy under a bedsheet and tied it to a manually operated hydraulic chair. If you're enjoying the video and want to support us, we'd be happy if you consider to like this video and become a subscriber. And now sit back and enjoy the complete walkthrough.
Herzlich willkommen im unendlichen Albtraum. Du hast den falschen Ort gewählt, um deinen Mut zu beweisen. Dies ist kein Vergnügen, sondern ein Test. Ein Test deines Bewusstseins, deiner Nerven und vielleicht deines Lebens. Doch bevor du diese Schwelle überschreitest, höre gut zu, denn es gibt Regeln, die du unbedingt befolgen musst, wenn du heil zurückkehren willst. Bleib stets auf den vorgegebenen Pfaden. Wer sich verirrt, wird von der Dunkelheit verschluckt werden. Berühre nichts und niemanden. Manches, was dir zu nahe kommt, zieht dich tiefer in den Albtraum. Nun tritt ein, wenn du es wagst. Doch bedenke, nicht jeder, der hier eintritt, kommt auch wieder raus.
Thanks for watching. All the materials we used are linked in the description below. If you have any questions or ideas for our next project, we'd love to hear from you in the comments. Have a great day and a happy haunt!